All right, so we're dealing with some horizontal and vertical lines, looking at slopes, looking at equations, kind of going back to previewing perpendicular lines and slopes there. So it seems like a hodgepodge. I promise at the end there is like a purpose of this. You will learn something. You'll form some connections to past work, previous work, and future work. So I have highlighted the problems that we're going to do together, and then I want you to do some of them on your own to make sure that you're understanding this. So for the first set of problems, determine whether the lines are perpendicular. So for perpendicular lines, our slopes are opposite reciprocals, which means that we have this opposite signs and our fractions are flipped. So let's notice that these are forming 90-degree angles here, okay? 90-degree angles, but let's take a look at the slopes. So we're going to find nice points here. So this is a nice point, and this is a nice point, and we're looking at line B. Okay, so the slope is rise over run. Okay, so how many did we go up? We went up 1, and we went, we went up 1, hold on, up 1, and we went right 1, 2, 3. So my slope equals 1/3, okay? And then change colors here. We'll go to a different point. We'll go down here, okay? Nice point, nice point. Slope is rise over run. So we went down 1, 2, 3. So we went down 3 over right 1. So down 3 indicates a -3, right 1 is a +1. Notice that our line is decreasing, so it makes sense that our slope is going to be negative. Now notice we have opposite signs, one's positive, one's negative, and our fractions are flipped. 1/3 is the reciprocal of 3 over 1. So these lines are, yes, perpendicular. We'll write that down, opposite reciprocal slopes. Okay, and you'll use this in future lessons. I want you to do A and C and tell me if those lines are perpendicular. Do they have opposite reciprocal slopes? Okay, the line J and the line K are perpendicular. Given each slope of the line J, determine the slope of line K. So if the slope of line J is 2/3, what will the slope of line K be if they're perpendicular? So this is line J and line K. The slope will be the opposite. This one's positive, so line K will be negative, opposite sign, and the fraction will flip. So instead of 2/3, we have 3 over 2. Okay, if the slope for line J is -4/5, what will the slope for line K be? Opposite sign. Line J is negative, so line K is going to be positive, and we're going to flip the fraction. So 5 over 4. I don't need to put the positive sign there, but if you want to, if it helps you, makes more sense to you, go for it. And then I'll actually do the third one with you. So the line J has a slope of -3, and the line K is going to have, so it's -3, negative, so K is going to be positive, and we're going to flip the fraction. Well, this isn't a fraction, so how am I going to flip it? Well, remember, I can always put it over 1. 3 divided by 1 is still 3. It doesn't change anything. It's just a way of rewriting it. Writing it over 1 is just tedious, so most people don't. But now I can flip my fraction. So instead of -3/1, we have +1/3. That is for perpendicular lines, opposite reciprocal. Okay, number 3, kind of switching gears here from parallel and perpendicular for a moment. Find the slope of each of the following lines. I'm going to just do A with you, and I want you to do B, C, and D on your own. So we're going to find 2 nice points right here and right here maybe. Okay, remember slope is rise over run. So how many did we go up? We went up 0. Oops. Yikes. Okay. Rise equals 0 over run. How many did we move over? 1, 2, 3. Okay. What's 0 divided by 3? Oh, I can never remember the rule, you're thinking to yourself. So you go to calculator, 0 divided by 3. Oh, okay, just 0. So m equals 0. My slope is 0. Okay. Do C, B, and D. If you're super, super smart, you probably already know the answers. But I want you to describe in words the slope of a horizontal line. This is a horizontal line. Think of the horizon. It goes from left to right. It's in the night, morning sky. Horizontal. Then for part 5, we're going to write the equation for each of the following graphs in number 3. So this is number 3, A, B, C, D. I want the equation to all those lines. If you didn't remember, y equals mx plus b. We just found m. Y equals m is 0. X plus b. B is my y-intercept. Where do I cross the y-axis? I cross it at 1, 2, 3. Okay. Simplified, y equals 3. Because 0 times any number is 0, so it doesn't mean anything. I can get rid of it. Y equals 3. Do the same thing for C, B, and D, and then describe the equation of any horizontal line using your answers from number 5. Now we're going to look at vertical lines. We're going to do the same exact thing except for vertical lines. So we need to find the slope. So let's pick 2 points. 1, 2. Brilliant. Slope, in case you haven't memorized it yet, is rise over run. How many did I go up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise is 4. How many did I go over? 0. Can't remember those 0 rules. 4 divided by 0 is undefined. Can't do it. I can't have 4 candy bars and evenly distribute them to 0 people. It doesn't work. So undefined slope. Do the same thing for C, B, and D. If you're a super genius, you should already know what they are. But I want you to describe the slope of any vertical lines in your own words for number 8. Number 9, write the equation for each of the following graphs in number 7. Y equals mx plus b. Oh boy. Well, I actually can't write. I need a number for m. I don't have a number, so I can't really, there's no slope. I can't really do anything there. However, I can do x. This is a kind of a wonky one. Bear with me here. We're crossing the x-axis at 1. See that? Crossing the x-axis at 1. So x equals 1. Just like here, y equaled 3. Why did that happen? Because I'm crossing the y-axis at 3. Maybe you already knew that. Maybe you didn't know that, and you learned something new today, or it was a refresher. Now I want you to do the following for B, C, and D, and then describe the equation of any vertical line from number 9 into number 10. So use your own words there. And then 11, we're tying it all together, what we did in all 3 little segments here. I want you to determine whether the following statements are always, sometimes, or never true. Based off your answers that you have will help you answer these questions down here.